Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
Rashad. Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad?
Yeah.
What it do, boy?
We walking around the world.
Coach, I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about something you said earlier, which is like improving through the win streak. Obviously, like in this game, you don't go to full reserves till the last like 2 minutes, and you're still challenging calls. Like even though you're winning by a large margin and you keep winning, you're still kind of making conscious efforts to and keep improving. So I'm wondering if you can just shed some light on that approach and how that's been going.
If you're between those lines, we're playing hard and we're being coached and we're being accountable. The score does not matter. Even against our buddy Tyler over there. I mean, we just have to be about getting better every time. And so, now's the time we're really trying to push and, squeeze everything we can out. We're still in getting better. It's always a constant pursuit to get better.
Obviously the change to the starting lineup ended up being Megan Gustafson. What did you like or just take away from her minutes? And then how did that kind of impact your rotations throughout the rest of the game?
Well, we know Meg can spread the floor and really shoot it. So, we like her size, obviously, but her ability to step out gives Asia some more space in there. You can't really, can't cheat off her too much. She missed tonight, but just the threat of her three makes you step out 2 more feet towards her, which gives the other people 2 more feet of space. So that's why she got the nod. But I went with all of them. Everybody was in the rotation tonight with the bigs because, with Kia, we can somewhat use Asia as a spacer and just let Kia be the roller. So we move around a lot. We're running guard actions for her at times, and let Kia be that hard roller to the rim. So I like the versatility and different looks that we can put out there.
Becky, Tyler talked before the game about Jackie. Obviously, he worked closely with her and just her ability to shoot at different levels all over and how dangerous she is. There was a play tonight, I think it was in the first half. I mean, she was just smothered off balance and she still hits it, gets the and one. You come in here with an MIVP hoodie for Asia, but what kind of season is Jackie having?
Jack's been great all year. She has to be in some of these all WNBA teams. She's a huge part of the motor that makes us go. She is super great with taking care of the ball. And obviously, I think, her finishing at the rim and her ability to absorb contact, she actually gets hit a lot. She's like LeBron James in there. She gets hit. It doesn't look like she's getting hit because she's so big and strong. She just absorbs it. But she's really going through contact well now. It kind of doesn't matter. And then when she gets her 3-ball cooking, she's distributing. I mean, she can just really hurt you in a lot of different areas. And we're asking her to always, lock up that other big-time perimeter player. I mean, her impact on this season has been huge, and I hope people start to really recognize that. She's a huge part of our success. When these all WNBA teams start coming out, you got to think about Jackie Young for sure. One of the best 2-way players in the league, if not the best, on any given night.
Two on the defense for me, Coach. It's that first half, but really that first quarter, it felt like the most locked in the team had looked, arguably throughout this entire win streak. Just toggling matchups, toggling schemes, a lot of deflections in that one. Is that the blend that you hope to see with this defense?
Yeah, the activity, the dictating action. I think early on in the season we had times where we were just kind of following people around and, we follow them and they just go right to the rim and then we're taking it out of the net. The defense has just jumped leaps and bounds. It starts with our pickup points and our physicality. Always, you can basically mark those 2 things. If we're doing those 2 things well, we're probably pretty locked in defensively. And if we're not, could be a long night for us, but we're just getting more and more consistent. I think they're understanding the kind of effort that it takes defensively to win night in and night out.
And you've talked a lot about Jewel throughout the year. And even when she was going through like the shooting struggles, you were intentional about noting that she was doing everything that you asked her to do, and you noted the defense. She had to be towards the top of the list in terms of deflections tonight in particular. Like, are you at all surprised at all by how good her high peaks defensively have been this year?
No, because I'm not surprised. I've seen her defend in practice. When you got Jackie, Jewel, Chelsea, and you could throw Dana in there at times too, because Dana gives us a different look. She's that little guard that can crawl up underneath you and really be a gnat defensively. But those big guards, they're big and strong guards. They're hard when they're locked in. You know, you put Asia in the mix. That's a very good defensive team. And now that we are, I will say, executing our schemes at a higher level, you know, if there's 10 times, we're doing it right 8, 9 times. That's the ratio we want it, not we're doing it wrong, you know, 8 or 9 out of 10 times. So the difference between good teams and great teams is their execution rate on both ends. You got to be able to execute your offensive schemes and defensive schemes. And more importantly, those defensive schemes can really impact and get you some easy ones offensively, which we all know this game is a game of confidence. So you see a couple go in the hole, it becomes a problem defensively for the other team.
Coach Willie mentioned the MIVP sweatshirt and loved the pink wig pregame. Another fashion question for you. You're wearing a Raiders blazer, and Sam has the pink hair that he didn't have before tip off.
No, he didn't.
Did the Raiders jacket come from the win today? And then Sam, what inspired the change in hair color for the actual part of the game?
You want to do your hair color question first? He wanted to wear the wig, and I was like, the wig's not a good look. So we went with the pink hair. And then he got all his friends down there on the front row to go pink hair. He's just like a little style influencer, huh? You got any thoughts on the game?
Good.
How good?
Really good.
Like a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10? What was the best quarters?
6.
9.6. I like it. I'll take it. This jacket, I think, is Veronica Beard. And I love her clothes. So they obviously had a thing with the NFL. And I was like, you know, it's opening weekend. Mark Davis, you know, writes my checks. So I thought, you know, since they put a little thumping on New England, I would throw a little support, little Raider love out there.
Oh, we'll go to Michael on Zoom. Michael.
Yeah, thank you. Coach, I know you've talked so much over the years about Asia, but if I could ask you to talk about her again, this is her 13th 30-point game, which is a WNBA record, and it's also her second season in a row having 60 steals and 60 blocks. And I just wonder if you could talk about those stats, because those are pretty staggering on both ends of the court.
Oh, man. You know, I start to run out of adjectives to describe her, but there's a lot of different, I call, like, you know, some players in this league, they're like a deer, right? They're quick, they're nimble, they're very agile. You got lions who are just like, they can just physically dominate you. She's the only person in the gym in the world that is both lion and gazelle. She's both. She can dance around you, or she can eat you up and physically and dominate you. There's not very many players who can be, you know, Shaq and Clyde the Glide. Like, she's just kind of an anomaly, the way she can impact a game. And I think, you know, the way she does it on both ends, and I talk about her blocks a lot. I've never seen somebody get so many of her own blocks. Like, she blocks shots and she comes up with it a lot. But her blocks are very equivalent to like a dunk in the NBA. They're so powerful and so demonstrative at times that it gets people out of their seats. You know, it's just, it blows your mind, just like sometimes in the men's game that happens. But she does it on our side, on the defensive end. Like, that's so elite. It's hard to put into words. And then obviously offensively, she's pretty much impossible now that she's added that 3 ball. She's just impossible to guard, and people bring double and triple teams, and it just doesn't matter. We've done a better job at getting her the ball on time, in space, and she's making great reads. And, you know, some of it, I mean, it's just her being amazing. It's not our offense. It's not anything else. It's just she's the best. But the 30-point games, like I said, it's dominant. She's dominant on both ends. And it's really special to have a front row seat to watch
Thank
her.
you.
All right. Thank you, Coach. And Sam.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.